What's going on, guys? Brimstone here. Welcome to episode 136. Got a few topics to talk about tonight. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this episode. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the content. With me, as always, TechRev.
What up, everybody? How's everybody tonight? Got a lot of topics to talk about.
Yep. We'll enjoy the... Okay, I'm just making sure my mic went through because I guess last time I tried to do this, my mic didn't go through. So that was kind of annoying. Enjoy the cherry blossoms.
Your mic's going through nicely.
Ah, that's good. That's good. So we got quite the assortment thanks to TechRev here. He went through and handpicked all the articles for tonight and tomorrow. So you guys...
I was making sure we were ahead of the curve because Brimstone started the stream.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
So he has more time to stream instead of taking time out of it. Look for articles because, you know, the last couple of shows we've scrambled to come up with stuff. And then we had technical difficulty.
Yep. I think I fixed whatever the problem was. Something was hijacking my audio drivers, and I think it was Microsoft because every time I set my audio drivers to work, as soon as I reset my computer, they'd go back to being the same messed up mess that they were before I fixed them. So I wonder if whatever I did helped. But we got some interesting stuff. We have a few Apple articles. We got some gaming news from PlayStation side of the world, and we also have Xbox One discless news. So, first order up on the chopping block, we have all digital Xbox One with no disc drive leaked. Now, I've heard about this a while back before it was technically a thing. And I'm okay with this. I am all right with this. I never used to be. I used to be a disc guy. But you know what? I'm okay with this. Having the library that I have and the library that my buddy here has, like, we both are pretty much digital driving people. Like, we've sort of warmed up to the idea.
Well, for me, it's more of, do you want to go to the store and fight people? Do you want to go to a pre-order or just have it ready to rock and roll the day before the game launch? And I've become kind of, and I know some people don't want to hear this about disc. Don't get me wrong, I like disc too. It's just
Okay, we reconnected. What the hell? I don't know. That was strange. I checked my mobile.
While they start collecting dust. When you're done playing a game, you really don't pick them up after a while. I'd rather have a digital. You know what I mean? It's much easier for me. Don't get me wrong. There is an aspect for used games. I get it. You can resell physical. You can compensate your money back. I get that. But when it comes to digital, to me, I'd rather have it at all times because those physical copies, when people don't understand, they go away. Physical copies do go away on certain games. That's why I'd rather buy a digital and have it for all time. Unless it's Guitar Hero World Tour back in the day and Microsoft pulled all that crap off. But it wasn't their fault. It was more of Activision. But there's sometimes digital you do lose things.
Oh yeah.
It's far in between.
Yeah, definitely. See, like, and I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I'm tired of lugging across my collection when I move and stuff. Like, I have tons of games, like tons. Like, I have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hard disks just sitting around in boxes, doing nothing, collecting dirt, like you're saying. And I've sort of looked at that lately, and I'm like, is it really, like, I mean, is it worth the nostalgia? You know what I mean? I mean, that's for the longest time what we used to talk about back and forth back in the day was like digital versus hard. Now I'm just like, I've leaned towards digital because I can have so many games on one hard drive and carry that one hard drive versus carrying the 300, the 400 discs.
Well, take a look at it this aspect way. So you could throw all your Steam collection literally on a flash drive, not a flash, external hard drive.
Yeah.
If you're building a new PC and just put the external hard drive, move everything, keep it on the external hard drive, just move everything over to the new drive. You're set. You didn't have to walk away from losing game. And that's the glorious part I like about digital. Now, physical, you run in the risk, oh, let's say my little cousin grabs the game and cracks it in half. You're screwed. Then you have to go out and spend another $59.99.
Yep.
The thing is, we're getting into an all digital world, and I know Microsoft can't please everybody. And I know there's going to be people out there that are going to be not happy with it. But it's kind of like how I reference it to streaming music. We're kind of going away from physical media in that aspect, but we're really kind of not, because vinyl's kind of sitting there on the sideline, which I've bought in some vinyl in the past, and that's not bad either.
Oh, vinyl's really good, actually. It's the
best audio quality you can get.
Yeah, like it really is. Like I have a few vinyls myself. I got some old school Skrillex. That's funny how I say old school when he's actually like most. Yeah. Anyways, I have Eminem on vinyl. I got quite a few on vinyl, and I really enjoy that music a lot because I do have an older Crawley player that just so happens that like it's a collector's item now, I guess, and you can only buy them for like $200 to $300. I bought mine at $70 when it was at Target.
So let's go through this. Let's go through this article. So the all Xbox One version S. I'm assuming there's going to be an X model too with this. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, more than likely.
$229. I'm all right with that. And maybe they'll have a deal here in the States where it's $200. For me, for you that are wanting to upgrade from their original Xbox, it's kind of a win-win situation.
Yeah.
And you're getting bundled Sea of Thieves and what's the other game? Sea of Thieves and Forza Horizon 3, which are two good games. I mean, I'm not a Sea of Thieves fan, and you're also getting Minecraft as well. So, I mean, you're getting 3 games out of the box, installed, automatic. And then you're also getting a Game Pass as well. You know, like I said, it's really tough. I mean, because you can't please everybody. And that's the thing Microsoft's in a hard spot and a hard rock with, is they just can't please everybody.
I know, and they're trying. That's the thing. Like, I don't think I've ever seen them be more prosumer than they have this generation because of their debacle of last generation. They're still trying to recoup all that money from the loss of the 360 sales. I mean, it was just the whole thing that happened last generation was just atrocious.
But now look at the Xbox One S now in the X. Why are they not going down in thickness?
Right.
That's my question. Why they still look the same?
Well,
that's my question.
You gotta take into consideration like cooling factors. Got to play a good part in that. You have, you gotta have space for that cooling, right? Like you can't if you narrow your case down too far, your thermals would be through the roof. So I would say for mainly cooling and functionality of that cooling, so that's probably why it's still the same thickness. Because like that thickness, believe it or not, wasn't always contributed all just to the disk drive. I mean, you've seen the inside of one of those, right? Like it's a big metal chassis with the cooling with the heat sink on top of it. So I mean,
so I do agree with some of the comments on the article. I do agree. Like, yeah, 1 terabyte. They should have went 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
They should have went bigger drive and SSHD. Okay, I do agree with that. Because Microsoft,
nobody's adopted the SSHD yet, especially with all the videos that have come out like in the last 5 years.
Well, on Sony,
how
it's
more efficient they are versus just SSD or the external.
Well, the one thing I give Sony credit on is they allow you to upgrade the drive, and Microsoft, I'm hoping with the next iteration of consoles, kind of adopt that.
Yeah.
Where I could slide in and slide out a drive automatically to my leisure.
Yeah.
And I really hope these consoles do go NVMe. I'm hoping they do, because NVMe's getting down to where it's kind of affordable for everyone to go out and buy like a 500 gig drive or like a terabyte for a really good price.
Yeah.
And what did I see leaks for? I saw leaks for the PS5 going to be $550.
No thanks.
I'm just like, These consoles come in at that price, I'm just gonna go all PC at that point.
Dude, I'm only willing to go $400 max. I am not going $600. Because if I go $600, I might as well just go and buy me a fucking new GPU.
Yeah.
For that amount, I might as well. I mean, what part of $600 for something that's not going to perform worth a damn in the next 4 or 5 years anyways? Like, you might as well just buy a high-end PC and stick with it for 10 years. Because you're going to be getting your money's worth out of it at that point.
Well, it's coming to a point now, like if these new consoles, because I was talking about this in my stream before you
before what? You're cutting out, sorry.
Into the chat,
Oh.
you know, when I was done streaming, we were having a discussion about, I made a prediction in my stream. I said, these new consoles are going to be released this year. I said this with Stadia coming out this year. Microsoft wants to not have them get a year head start. So they are going to release a console. I'm assuming some sort. And I'm hoping it's not $550. If it's $550, I'm done. Like, I love my Xbox. I love the games I have. But at that moment, it's just like, you're killing me. I can't keep doing this every 5 years, paying $550 when I could just dump all that money and be happy as a lark.
Yeah.
I just don't understand Sony and Microsoft's standpoint on that.
I don't either. I think it's a little weak, honestly.
Well, it's gouging the consumer. That's the thing. What I don't understand, I get they're putting new hardware in it. I get it. And they're going to put new drives in.
But there's one thing that they've always admitted to. Like, they're selling these at a loss, right?
Yeah.
So if they're selling these at a loss, why not just maximize or minimize your loss to little as possible and maximize the hardware? Like, that's, I mean, I look at it this way. Like, the what is it? They said that they're going to be putting in, is it the first
Why didn't they start offering like these laptops and offer external GPU housing?
No.
I never understood that. You know, I never understood the external GPU housing things, why they just don't. Microsoft just doesn't make a housing, or Sony, where you can plug it into like a really high-end connector on the system and just buy a GPU and power it up the way you want it.
Yeah.
If that's all you want to do, that's all you desire is just a console environment, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you're spending all this money. Why not buy the external housing by Microsoft, shove in a GPU? There you go. There's your upgrade. And they could do this every year. Technically, they could just say, oh, go get another GPU. You're good. Console's great. Go get another GPU. You know, I just don't understand. If anything, I'll say this. If it is at $500 this year or they release new consoles, I probably won't be buying. I'll probably stick to my Nintendo product.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the price. And I'll just put that money into my PC because there's nothing left for me. I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know, you know, since you upgraded and Metro upgraded, I've been kind of the aspect of we're gaming on PC and I really haven't touched my Xbox. And I was going through the catalog of my games, right? Going through the catalog and I'm like, I know my PC is just so much better. There's so much to offer. More than my Xbox at the moment. Now, I say this now, but there'll be a time where I'll see a game on sale and then
I
come
mean,
the Xbox playing.
We can't argue that. Like, I mean, you and I, we play a lot on PC together, and how many communities have we seen die? Right, on the PC. That's one of the reasons.
Many.
That's the reason why console gaming is pretty much still relevant when it comes to certain games, dude. Like, you go to like some Battlefield games, some Call of Duties, like they're all still alive and kicking on the console. Where PC guys said fuck it and stopped supporting it.
Yeah.
So
well, you can see it with COD. It died so quick.
Yeah, I mean, look at that wait time. Though.
So, do you want to go to the next article?
Yeah, we can. All right, we'll go to. Okay, I said the Apple one, right?
Yep. I'll let you take. You go for it. You were excited for this one.
Oh, okay, here it is. I was like, oh no. All right, so Apple may release an iPhone SE successor with an awesome new design. All right, so I loved the Apple SE, the iPhone Apple SE. Like I looked at it. I never owned it. But man, was that not a pretty phone. That was just a sick ass little phone. And I just love the design. So they're going with the iPhone. From what I'm reading here, it says they're going for more what looks like the iPhone 6 Plus or 6. I'm okay with that. I liked that design. In fact, I'm a 7 Plus user, so I like that they're going with a 6 design because it's similar to the 7. So hey, I'm good with that. And it's supposed to now is the SE gonna be a smaller phone like its cousin was, or?
So the iPhone SE was basically the iPhone 5 and iPhone 5S. So what they did was they relaunched it a few years ago, and it was supposed to be the entry-level iPhone. And and they're selling this phone for $250. You can find it for $350, $250 all day long.
Yeah.
It's running old hardware. It needs to be up. So what they're going for, and this is where I think Apple, it's hard because they released the iPhone XR, and then I hear a helicopter. Got my window open, and you're gonna hear that chopper coming on down. So we're having a little bit of Black Hawk Down at Rev's house. There you go. But yeah, it's hard because then you have the iPhone XR. Are you alienating the XR line at that point? Because where is this phone gonna, if they're upgrading it the way I think they're upgrading it, where is that price gonna be? Is it going to be an iPhone XR with a better screen? Or is it going to be the iPhone XR basically, or is this going to be the iPhone XR cheaper? You know, so it just brings up so many questions to me in the iPhone line. Like, there's so many iPhones right now.
Which one do you have?
I have the iPhone X.
Oh, okay.
And I'm content. I'm content with my phone. I love my Face ID. I don't see myself. The only I would upgrade to the new iPhone this year is just because of the design. The design to me, minus the camera that looks a little ugly to me, it's got that iPhone 5 vibe, which I like the iPhone 5. The chamfered edges like that. I like that Apple's going back to a thicker phone. More than going like Samsung and other companies, thinner and thinner and thinner, which I think is a mistake.
Yeah.
Because if you fumble Ruski with your phone, you drop it all the time. Well, thin phone's gonna break real easily.
That's one of the reasons why I love the size of the SE, dude. The small size of the SE, like that was perfect for me.
So reading on this article here, they're doing it looks like they're going to be doing a 4.5 or 4.8 inch OLED display, which is great. Now, my question is, if they're going to do an organic LED, my question is it going to be 1080p, 1440, or maybe they're going to go 720, which I'd be fine with 720 if they bring it at a good price. I'd be fine with that. Apple needs to have something for everybody. They need to have an entry-level iPhone. I have a lot of friends that have entry-level Android phones. The reason why they do is because of the price. Mm-hmm. Apple needs to reconnect that market a little bit. Now, I'm excited this year for about Apple stuff. I haven't been excited in a while. I want to see them do reverse charging on phones. Hopefully, and this is what I'm keeping my fingers crossed, if the SE2 has wireless charging on, that's damn impressive for the. That'll be damn impressing. Oppressive, sorry, depressing to be
impressive.
Yeah. So they're saying that it's going to have the A12 chip in it, which is going to be nice. They're saying that they may call this the iPhone XE instead, which suits the line of iPhones that's going on. So I'm fine with that. If they call it the XE, I'm fine with that either way, as long as it looks like the iPhone 5 with kind of what they're doing with Face ID. And they come in maybe, I don't know, what are we going to predict? $400, 400, 300?
I would say
they can
450. Hit that. I'd say about the 450 mark is that's kind of like the sweet spot for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 450 would be perfect because then then you could step up for maybe like $200 more and get the X, you know, whatever they're going to call the next XR, XR2 or XZ or whatever. Apple and their names is just lately been weird. Like I can't keep up with all the X names. There's like XS, XX Max, XS this, da, da, da. It's like I can't keep up with their name.
No, I get it.
Yeah, when they launched the X line, it was very confusing because there was X this, X that, X this, X that, and it was like, oh, okay. Do we call it the iPhone 10 because of the normal rules, or do we call it? But you've been waiting for you were telling me a long time ago before you got your 7. What do you have? The 7 Plus or the standard 7?
7 Plus.
7 Plus. Okay, so you have the giant screen.
I love it.
You were telling me for a while there that you wanted an SE2, like a revised version, and I think we're gonna get it this year. Last year they were supposed to release the SE2, but that became just huge leaks and rumors. But then Apple pulled it off. Well, Apple's gonna originally do it, then they released the XR instead. So I'm hoping this year Apple sticks to their guns, and I hope Apple releases fast chargers to everybody with all iPhones. They need to, and I hope they go USB Type-C at this point. They need to do that. That's my 2 things, and Apple really needs to get back to their roots of how making iPhones. Because the last couple iPhones not been that great. Not been that good looking. Like my iPhone X, when I take it out of my case and I clean my phone, I don't like the look of the iPhone.
Really?
No, I don't like the rounded edges. I'm still in the past when it comes to iPhones. I still like my iPhone 5s and my 6, you know, those cool iPhones. Because I've been with Apple for so long. I remember when Apple used to be a huge chunky monkey where you would look at the back of the phone, is it pregnant or is it you know, the iPhone 3GS days, you know, kids, if you're watching, we had a thing called 2G, okay? And it took days, months, and years to get to a website. So we'd be in like anywhere, and to take a picture and send it to your friend, it took months, days, and years. Like by the time that happened on the first ever iPhones, we had to send smoke signal. No joke. No joke.
Or you got to text them and let them know I'm sending a picture.
I'm sending a picture. And then like Apple didn't have the copy and paste at the time.
Yeah.
At the time, I remember when Apple didn't have the cut and paste and Android did, and I was so like irritated back in the day.
Yeah. Dude. remember the online service back then? Oh god.
Oh geez.
It was so bad.
Which choices did we have? We had Singular Wireless, Verizon,
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile
was like the worst, and they used to claim that they were the best.
We had was it Nextel? We had Nextel and Sprint.
Yeah, I remember Nextel. Oh god.
I remember everybody had Nextel phones. They were all telling me, man, you need to click the thing that goes and send it over to somebody else. I'm like, why do I want to walkie-talkie somebody?
I know, right? Like, what was the point of having a cell phone?
And I remember back when was it when iPhone was launching? I remember you used to get like a whole platter of stuff. You used to get earbuds, charger, a dock. It was like a all-around package when Steve Jobs first. I remember when I got mine.
Now you're lucky if you can get earphones.
Oh, you get earphones and a charger, and that's about it. Or you get just the phone itself.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. Now you're lucky if you even get earphones. Like nowadays, because like I remember when HTC like started doing flagships with like the Evos and whatnot, that was like guaranteed. Like you would get a decent pair of headphones with no problem. Now, you're lucky your ass gets even a charge cable, and you're paying like 3 times the price.
Let's see. Have you guys talked about PlayStation's new original controller that was totally doesn't look like an Xbox One controller? Holes. Are you talking about? What are we talking? Are we talking about that new Astros controller? Or are we talking about the Hori controller that looks just like an Xbox controller?
I was gonna say that's is he talking about the Astros?
Is he talking about Astro? Because I know Astro released a new controller where it's all modular and you could take it apart and with screwdrivers and whatnot and change the parts how you want it, in what positions. And then they finally released Bluetooth to the damn thing, finally, where you can plug it in. Not the Hori one. Are you talking about the Astro one? Because the Astro one, I wouldn't spend that kind of money. $200 on a controller.
No
Just
way.
to say I have it. I'm okay with my Xbox Elite controller. Like I thought that was expensive, the Elite controller, and I got that for $220. I got that for $120
Yep.
on sale when they had a sale for it. I have to have this at that sale. The Nikon. Oh, that one. Okay, the Nikon. Yeah, that one. I was shocked that controller never. I was surprised that controller never took off, because I did like the design and what it was. I was surprised that it didn't take off for Sony. I knew the Razer one took off, but then they didn't offer it in the States. I didn't understand. Hori, I had to import the controller because, I thought it was going to be the greatest thing for the PlayStation, and it ended up becoming a huge disaster. Mine came like damaged, not because I had to get it imported from Europe, I think it was, through a website just to get it to me because, Sony didn't want to release these Pro controllers to the States. He actually looks like an E. Jay says, "What's up, Brimstone?"
What's up, dude? Wait, is that which Jay is that? Centuries?
No.
Hold on.
Caesar?
Oh, Caesar. What's up, Caesar? Just another day, another dollar, man.
So, honest thoughts on the iPhone SE. What you're thinking? I know I've been talking way too much.
I'm fine with you talking. It's good. I don't know, man. Like, I know this article is only speculation, but I mean, if it's real, I hope it's within a good price margin. Not the $800 plus bullshit that they've been known for, or even the $1,200 plus fucking phones that they've been trying to sell, just because of memory. So, I mean, if they could stay away from that kind of marketing, I'd be good.
Well, they need to compete with Google because Google's releasing a cheap phone, Pixel. I think it's the Pixel 3 Lite or 3A or something like that. It's coming in at like $350 with pure Android.
Yep.
They need to compete, and you got a lot of phones. We were talking about Xiaomi, like releasing phones left and right, and what was it? Huawei releasing their phones with 3 cameras and being cheap as hell. So Apple kind of needs to compete in that space, So I'd like to see the SE make a comeback. In fact, I'd like to see Apple do, and I know they're talking about it, is another iPod Touch. I sound weird with that. I want them to revitalize that.
I'm like, really? Of all things, you want them to bring back?
Well, they still sell it, the iPod Touch. The reason I say this, the reason why, is I have a huge hard drive full of music, so... For me, I would love to crunch so much music onto that thing and have it for Bluetooth reason.
Fair enough.
Because sometimes streaming music doesn't, if your internet takes a shit, where do you go? What's the next best thing?
Yeah.
Local.
Yep. All right. Well, we can talk about the next Apple product up in line. Bam.
Gaming service.
So, Google's making a gaming service. Xbox has a gaming service. PlayStation, Nintendo has a gaming service. Let's have Apple have a gaming service too.
Yep. Apple Arcade. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for Apple because they've
really. You think so? You think that's gonna be good? I mean, they're spending $500 million on it. You'd think it should be good, right? With that kind of money.
It's going to be not a streaming service. It's actually going to be a service you pay for, and you get games and whatnot, and you can play them offline. Google Take Notes. Yeah, Google Take Notes. Your competitor is basically giving you a service like Xbox Game Pass with tons of game options, and you can play the games offline. Again, Google Take Notes. Like, I can't say that enough. Like, Google needs to take notes. Like Stadia, I think it's going to be a flop in the first year.
The only thing I'm happy for, and this is gonna sound kind of funny, the only thing I'm happy for about Stadia is AMD. Like, AMD is making that money. You know what I mean? Like, AMD is making the cashola.
Well, for me, with this Apple service stuff, what I think is great is Apple's giving you everything. at this point. One-stop shop for everything. I'm cool with this. Now, on the Android side of things, you can make that argument. Android's a little bit better. At certain things it is, but I love my Apple stuff, and I'm grateful to see they're giving you everything one-stop shop. You don't have to go somewhere else for your music. Go somewhere else for gaming or watching movies. You get it all in one place, and your news and all, and you can pay subscription fees, but I'm cool either way. You can get to pick your services. Apple's not forcing you into it. And I'm cool with that. And they're spending a lot of money. And the game, the stuff I was reading is they got Sega on board, which is cool. They got a bunch of indie game developers. Supposedly I was reading Ubisoft owns Brawlhalla now. From what I was seeing online is they own Brawlhalla now. Just imagine that part of the Ubisoft getting in the action on that on the iPhone service or the Apple service.
Well, Brawlhalla is becoming an esport too. So like it just had its finals on Steam recently. I was watching it. Like it's turning into a big thing. Brawlhalla has gotten fucking huge. That's good
Just love.
those
What's up, mixing? Just love how YouTube just never tells me when people go live. Yeah, man, same. It doesn't pop up a notification or anything like that. It's weird like that.
That's because you guys gotta ding the little bell icon to tell them to let you know. Gosh, don't you know?
Caesar.
Don't you know you gotta ding it like 6 times?
So, Caesar, just to say this, iTunes is a disaster piece. Apple really needs to revitalize their music. It's like,
trash.
iTunes, they're still using like iTunes from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it looks like shit. I saw the store when I was like trying to sign up for it or whatever. I was like, oh god.
The only reason I would use like Apple Music is if they revitalized, like if they redid the whole iTunes. They need to. Pure garbage.
It's hot garbage.
It's hot garbage. That's why I've been staying with Spotify for how long have I had? 6 years now? 7? Like that's why I keep paying for Spotify, because Spotify's app just works. And you don't have, and it's universal to everything. So I can pick it up on a TV. I can pick it up on anything. And it just works. Apple Music just freezes and it's just a clunky mess. And thank God they allow you on an iPhone to delete it off your phone. Thank goodness they do.
Dude, dude, they don't charge you to put your music on their store, do they? Like, you want to have everything on one spot. I know for a while, fucking Pandora was charging for that. Like, if you downloaded a song or you bought it, or you ripped it from your CD and you put it on your library, they'd charge you like $1 per song or some shit like that.
You kidding?
No.
That's a joke.
No, I know. I know.
That's a huge joke.
Yep.
What's the point of storing music then?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's
I use Amazon Music. Amazon Music is not bad. In fact, I used it for a short time.
Pretty damn good. I like it.
Yeah. And you get that through Prime, so it's definitely worth it.
Oh, hell yeah. Prime, yeah, dude. Like, that's one thing I will say about Prime. They give you a lot of shit for your money.
Yeah. I will also say this. What I like about Amazon Music and Spotify to a certain extent is you can rip your music to it, and it could be available anywhere on the go, like through the cloud, which is great. Unlike Apple in itself, they're just using outdated software. And it's terrible. Like, iTunes was great when Steve Jobs was around. They need to revitalize their softwares because it's just like iTunes was the shit back in 2005 to like 2000, and I would say 13, and then it just died. Like it did a rest in peace moment.
They had their own hardware, remember, just for iTunes.
Yeah.
The entire idea of the iPod was originally for strictly fucking iTunes music. In fact, the first gens, that's all you could put on them damn things.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like the second or third gen that they were like, oh, okay, you guys want to download music and install this like you would normally. Okay, well, here you go.
Well, I still have my original Creative MP3 players. The reason I do is just to have local music to my repertoire.
Dude, Creative did good shit too, though.
Yeah.
Dude,
I still have my...
What else was badass? It was the Zune players, man. The Zune.
The Zune.
I mean,
Oh man,
those were actually good, dude. Like
those take me back.
those actually did good. Like they did really good with those. I don't know why Microsoft. Like I'm hoping with that shit that they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, or not, is it Guardians? Yeah, it was the second Guardians movie. That they're like, this is what they call an MP3 player, and he's on an MP3 player, and it's Zune. Like I want them so badly to bring that back because of that movie. No joke.
What, Microsoft?
Yes,
Microsoft?
Yes.
They should. They should, and that's why I'm promoting the iTouch so badly. They still make the iTouch. You could still go out and buy it. They need to revise it so badly. It's been outdated for years. Apple's been lacking in software since they focused on trying to get people to buy more expensive phones and MacBooks each year. I agree with you there. I agree with you on that. Also, the reason why Apple stopped focusing on their software is because they thought buying Beats, one music service, was gonna, bring them out of a grave when it came to iTunes, and it really didn't. Just made it into a disaster.
Yep.
What was the other MP3 player back in the day? The RCA one back in the day.
The RCA, which was like dedicated FLAC.
Yeah, dedicated FLAC, and you had to get like an SD card to make it.
Yep. I mean, you know
back
what,
in the
though?
day.
That was good ass quality though.
Yeah. Good ass quality. You don't get MP3 players like that anymore. Like the Rio MP3 player. You go to like Kmart and you go buy the cheap one, just to have something for storage.
Shit. Yeah, you had to like slide the SD card into the back of it.
Yep. And a AAA battery.
I had one of those. It looked like a weird little disc thing that I had. It was like a.
And what was the other one? Music Jukebox Max.
Oh yeah.
That's how you transferred all your MP3s over.
When they had like it was either your only other fucking option at the time was LimeWire. Remember that?
LimeWire and iTunes. That was about it.
Yeah.
All you really had.
Yep.
But I'm interested to know what Apple's gonna do as far as gaming and what their vision is. Their vision is that you buy the game, or you pay for the service, you get their game, you can play it online or offline, and you're not streaming anything. That's how it should be. Honestly, that's how it should be. I don't understand why we're jumping all in. We're putting all of our chips into the black with the whole data and streaming services. I mean, Apple's got it right. If they do this right, they could sign big AAA games and really make the service worth it. Kind of like Game Pass.
Well, the thing about these Game Pass services, right? Like, the reason why Microsoft's doing what they're doing, believe it or not, like that actually helps the developers depending on what service they go to. Like, if Microsoft, if I remember correctly, they pay them, right? After each time it's downloaded or whatever, it counts towards the wallet of the devs, doesn't it?
Yeah, like yes, it does.
Right? So that's
kind of like Spotify.
That's there you go. So that's an ongoing revenue stream. And if you get thousands upon thousands of people signed up to it, they're going to make more money on the downloads per day on each account than they would have ever made in sales if they do it right. If they do it right. I'm not saying that's the way it is now, but if they do it right, that's the way it'll work out.
Well, I'm also going to say this too. If Apple wanted to do this right, like they're doing their music their music service is great in theory, but the iTunes is a problem. If they do this right, they could have a family plan where you pay maybe like $1 more or like something like that. And then like I could bring you on board. You could try it out for yourself. You know what I mean? There's so many options that they could do. That's what I hope.
If they bundle, here's the thing. Okay, their service, right? Yeah. If they can sit there and put a $500 million, $500 million that is, on this, and they're making this service a full-on service we're talking about here. They need to make it a rental service with hardware, a discounted service, so that way you can get like up to 35, even 50% off, even on holidays on all hardware products. That's Apple. Have it set up like an Amazon service, but dedicated to only to Apple products alone. So the software, the music software, the the gaming software, the movies, all the media. Have it discounted if you want to purchase it, or just keep paying your monthly fee to utilize everything, including the hardware. So like it'll be like
they have the hardware.
Well, I know they do. That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it, dude. Like, look at the internet services, right? If you don't have your own modem, what do? They rent you a modem, right? But let's do this at an even cheaper thing. Let's say you're not somebody that owns an Apple phone, right? Why not rent it for like $5 a month? Get all the uses out of it as much as possible. And if you like it, you can purchase that phone at an extremely discounted rate because you've been using it the whole time. And you've been lining their pockets with money because you're paying for a monthly service at full price. Right?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
If they did all of what I just mentioned, I'd buy into it. No joke.
Well, if they do everything that they're planning on doing, just imagine you buying an Apple TV. Just put it this way. They make a smaller version of the Apple TV just for gaming.
That Retina
with a
display,
controller. What was that?
That Retina display, though.
Well, Apple TV is more of you get it as a set-top box, and that's it. If they can make it work right with the game streaming service and lower the price of the Apple TV down to where it's, affordable to people, because right now it sells for $400 or like I think $450. If they can get it down to like $250, they got a winner with the service and everything that they can make hand over fist. And imagine this, a family plan behind that.
A family
Think
plan,
about that.
Or better yet, family plan. And let's say you buy the premium family plan and each person can have their own Apple TV at a discounted rate about $200.
Exactly.
That would print money, dude.
Well, Apple's losing it on the hardware right now because
they would make it up in the software.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And you know what Apple should do, and since Linux is getting better with gaming, with Proton and everything, they should just make their software universal at this point.
Well, if anybody could, it'd be them because their software is Linux based. So I mean, if anybody could do it, they could.
I'd love to see it on consoles. Not consoles. I mean, I'd love to see it on the PC side thing. You build a new PC, you get two software options. 3.
Or have it like an easier modulated Apple OS. So that way you could take away or add functionality to the OS easily through the store, right?
Yeah.
And offer the modules for free. So like if you want to play a game on it or you want a game on your PC, you can install the OS for free. Have the gameplay module for free, but everything else it would be part of the premium plan, which would cover the cost of the OS itself.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, we should try to work for Apple.
Apple, they need to release services because they were drowning in the hardware. Samsung's hurting. Like they think that flippable phone is going to be the breadwinner.
Yeah.
Like nobody asked for a foldable phone. Like they were on TV today, Samsung promoting that. It's going to be a game changer. I am okay with my regular phone. I don't need it to flip out to a tablet. I want it to be a tablet. I'll go out for the price.
Yeah.
They're asking $1,300 for that.
Right. No, Junkie, I know you can use the OS and stuff to make a gaming PC out of Apple OS. Oh, I know you can. But that is such a pain in the ass to do it. I've seen Hackintosh, yeah. Like I've seen so many YouTubers do it, and they've gotten 100% of the performance. Some of them have only managed to get like 60% of the performance.
Well, you got to remember, you got to get the right hardware to match up with Hackintosh, and then you run into the risk of
not even booting.
Not even Linux, don't get me wrong. Linux is coming around, which I like about Linux is it's coming around with gaming. Proton is starting to get better. I see Linux becoming the next Windows 7. If Pop OS and Ubuntu can get together.
Bro, if Pop, like, honestly, I think Pop out of everybody, they're the closest, dude. Like they're becoming one of the number one distros right now.
Because I was watching, what was I watching? I was watching somebody they've got it down to a precise now where you can go get the Wine, Proton, and then there's Dinglotted like that.
Yeah.
And that also does emulation. So like you can play Overwatch, Linux, Battlefield V on Linux with Vulkan going on and DirectX 12, which is cool. I never thought Linux would do that in years. I mean, if Windows 10 goes to shit, which Windows is pulling out a lot of the features out of Windows 10, which I'm happy about. They should have done that a long while ago and given us actual features that we need.
Right?
Actually, we need. I'm pretty cool with the upcoming Windows 10. I think you talked about them.
No, we haven't talked about the update for the foldable phones. I'm not feeling the foldable phone market, to tell you the truth, like at all.
No, I'm not ready for it.
I like having my one screen with one hand. Like I don't fuck with that shit. Because the more the moving parts, the more issues you're gonna have later down the line. So I'm like, eh.
Well, for me, I don't need to have a phone and a tablet merged together. I mean,
right.
I don't need to flip out my phone and go, oh hey, I can use it as a tablet right now. Oh hey, I can use it as a phone.
I feel like I'm in the same boat. Like I don't really need a tablet phone. I don't need to fold it. I mean, why? Like my 7 Plus is like plenty big enough for me.
I don't need a Note phone either. Like
yeah, I don't need a Note.
How far can we take a phone? Like how big can we make a phone?
Like well, let me ask you this: when does a phone stop being a phone? When you get up to like tablet sizes, which some phones are now. Like, is that still considered a phone? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
A foldable phone.
Oh god, the screen price on one side alone, I know for a fact, is over $700.
Gotta be.
Because the Samsung S6 when it first launched, we priced for screens, and the screen to get it done professionally was $600.
600 bones.
Yeah, foldable. So foldable to get it done professionally is going to be 700 plus, easy on one side. That's not both sides. That's just one side.
Well, with an Apple phone, just to have the digitizer, the screen and everything. Now with the new iPhones, when you crack the main screen, you crack everything because they have it glued onto. Apple has it weird. It's all glued onto the screen now. So if you break the screen or shatter it, it's not like the old school days where you just pop the screen off, heat gun it, take it off, put it back on. It don't work that way no more. You break the screen, you're screwed. Cost you about a good $300-400 just alone in services, because that's how Louis Rossmann stays alive, because he charges all those fees and whatnot to go along with it with his services.
I mean, he's got to make his money somehow, And the guy, from what I understand, like he does a good job, right? Like that's the one that like was willing to go all out against Apple.
If you want to watch something like Jerry Riggs Everything, watch Tech Rex or Apple Pro Everything.
Apple Pro does a pretty good job on a lot of
Mobile
stuff.
Mobile Tech He's from Canada and he drops phones all the time, like from distances on ice, like realistic drop where you'll be surprised. Like I watched, I think it was like the 8 or 8 Plus in a case that he was reviewing, and he dropped it from 10 feet, and the phone shattered.
That's right.
In the case and all, and I was just like, what case is this? Oh, this is Spigen. Oh, wow. That makes me rethink everything about Spigen now. Spigen just, like, I watched him drop it from normal distance, and the damn thing just shattered. Jesus. Jerry Riggs Everything is cool, though. I like him. I like his, if you've not seen his truck videos, they're pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
What's the other? Then we got one last article, right?
One last article. And that is from the Spectrum, which you showed me these guys. I've never even heard of these guys before. All things from the gaming industry last week. Nintendo, Overwatch, long-awaited PlayStation feature. Here we go. Finally, after years of asking for it, PlayStation can finally change their usernames. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but that is the dumbest thing on the planet. No disrespect to my fellow gaming friends that are on the PlayStation full time.
I'll let you just take the.
I'm sorry.
You had a whole thing about this.
I'm really sorry.
You gotta repeat. You gotta repeat your rant, man. That when we were gaming one night and I said this.
We said this
PlayStation allow.
Yeah, we said this on Twitch.
When did PlayStation allow online changes, man?
Like I was joking around and saying 20 years, but I think it was somewhere like close to like 12 years, right? Or something like that. 12 years.
Dude, your rant on Twitch was.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
was funny.
But it's the dumbest. I'm sorry, guys. I like the PlayStation as well. Maybe not as much as you, but I do like it. I do play it from time to time. This is the dumbest fucking thing on the goddamn planet. Honestly, this is the most retarded ass shit I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, and by the way, when you change your name, from what I was seeing in Streaming and Chill, that it affects certain things on your PlayStation Online stat.
Wait,
it
really?
messes with it. Yes, it does.
No way.
So this is stupid. So you allow name changes, right, to screw up with your achievements and shit. So Sony just made a feature that breaks their shit even.
So
beyond me.
So let me get this straight. You pay for a name change, $9.99 at regular or $4.99 for PlayStation Plus members, and it breaks your shit.
Breaks your shit.
Oh,
yes.
My cock. Like, this is the dumbest shit on the goddamn planet, right? This is mind-numbingly fucking stupid.
Right?
Like, and there's people on Twitter, like my buddies, you know, like I said, no disrespect to them. They love their console. I get it. I'm the same way with the Xbox, right? I totally understand. But you guys, like, shit on people on the Xbox not that long ago for wanting to change their name, and you made fun of them for it. And here you guys, oh, we can change our name! Whoa! Like, how autistic are you from a scale of 1 to retard?
So it changes anything online if you do it. So, like, your stats and whatnot get screwed up when you change it.
So let me get this straight, right? Let me get this straight. So, let's say somebody's name is Jerry Spriggett, right? Let's say his name is Jerry Spriggett. He changes his names to Rob, and you want to become Jerry Spriggett. Does that mean all of his stats go to you?
Beyond me, man. Beyond me. And how much are they charging? How much are they charging to change your name?
For PlayStation Plus members, $4.99, and regular price is $10.
Okay.
For PlayStation Plus members, I'm sorry, but this should be free. This should not cost you anything.
Remember? Yeah, I remember Resolution Gate. You remember when people? Okay, you want to have a laugh? Let's go way back. Remember when GTA 5 was first being announced?
The grass. The fucking grass. I remember that shit.
Everyone was fighting to death. What was better, the PS4 or the PC? They were comparing grass. I'm just like, when did we start comparing fucking grass in games?
So the grass, I remember the grass thing, and I also remember the population part where, like, look, there's more people on the Xbox version. No, there's more people on the PlayStation version. And PC guys are like, oh yeah, we got like an entire city going on here. What the fuck you guys talking about?
If you want to go Resolution Gate, let's go back there. Checkerboard rendering, okay?
Oh my god, I remember that bullshit. Oh Jesus.
They're all games on PlayStation and Xbox are checkerboard rendering at 1440p to 4K.
You want to talk about autism? That's some autistic shit. Like, I remember the arguments for days. A certain person that we know that we don't like was like praising checkerboard rendering. Remember on Twitter?
Oh Jesus, checkerboard render.
Mr. fucking. I can't. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say his name, but still, like, he was like, you know, he calls himself the 4K ambassador.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I do.
I cannot believe that idiot thinks he knows what he's talking about when it comes to tech.
You know, it's funny. Checkerboard rendering, you can totally tell. Okay, when anything gets upscaled 3 times the amount, you could see a difference. Like when I was playing my what was it, PS4, I had my Pro before I had to warranty it.
Yeah.
Through GameStop, which is a whole story in itself. Checkerboard rendering is not that great on a 4K television. It doesn't come out looking.
Well,
To me, to my eye.
according to a certain individual in his fan base, like there is no difference, sir. It's 4K no matter what.
It's 4K no matter. Okay, let's put it this way. So when you're looking at dog shit on the floor, does the other dog shit look different to you? I'm
what
sorry.
Kind of glasses are you wearing, sir? Are you wearing dimmed or are you wearing HD 4K sunglasses?
Oh Jesus! So one's white dog shit and the other one's dog shit. Okay, all right. Go with one's 4K and the other one's regular. You know, I had this argument in my live stream, and a lot of people were saying 1440p is starting to become the sweet spot. Don't know why. I just think 4K, honestly, and I'll say this in the game talks here. I just don't think I don't see the point in 4K. Nothing's caught up to it yet. I don't understand why people are going all crazy over streaming services, video.
My monitor does 1080p. I'm happy with 1080p. I don't need to go past it anytime soon. Maybe
until these services catch up, you know,
Yeah.
until the bandwidth and services catch 4K, I'll consider it. I have a 4K television behind me. I don't even barely use it. Isn't it? I went out and had to have this thing, you know, 4K HDR, $600, you know, when it was on sale 3 years ago. It's like, I don't even use it. I don't even know what's, you know, the only thing I use it for is Netflix and
Porn.
casting.
And lots of porn.
Lots of
porn.
Lots of porn. Yeah. Let's get the titties on the screen bigger. All right, put that on that 42-inch bitch.
Jay Caesar, that was seriously like the crappy days of the gaming community. He says
teraflops.
The teraflops. Yeah, the teraflops.
How many teraflops when you see the boobies shaking on Pornhub? How many teraflops do you need for? There you go.
Like, I think it's funny that these clowns were speaking about teraflops back in those days, and they had no idea what floating points were. It's just a measurement. That's all teraflops is. It's a measurement of.
I think our cards. What's our Vega card? 8?
8 or 9 or 10. I don't fucking remember. I know the Radeon 7 is like 13. I think 13 or 14. I can't remember. I just know it's our cards are doing really good for what they are, and you could push them. That's why I like. That's actually one of the reasons why I bought this card was because like how far you can push it.
Now, what would be? I agree with you, Caesar, on that one. What I'd also get me into 4K, I have to have a reason for it, and to me, 4K it has to have. For me to my next TV is gonna be a FreeSync, no doubt about it. FreeSync is gonna be everything going.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced FreeSync and it's just beautiful, and I'm happy Samsung. I'm even happy, you know, Asus getting into the TV market, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I never thought that in my lifetime. I'm getting into the TV space with a 42, 55-inch 4K monitor, TV/gaming monitor. I never thought the day that would ever be.
Yeah.
But this whole name change thing on the Sony thing is just stupid, garbage. Like, I'm sorry, they should have done this like what, 12 years ago? 12 years ago when they had the hacking about.
Yeah.
Should have happened then. I don't know. Sony's just going backwards, and I don't understand why. They should be going with the gaming community. They should be growing with the gaming community. And I've noticed Sony just takes one step forward, 10 steps back. I don't understand logic with them. Like, it took them so long for external hard drive support. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember how long it took them for external hard drive support? And then one day they're just like, oh, we're bringing it to it. It took you 3 years later after Microsoft had it. Had it for years. And they don't even like crossplay with other platforms. You know, it's true.
But
Sony have
the only reason why they were like that is because Microsoft said no to them. They claim that so like a while back there was an article that released with PlayStation stating that they never supported crossplay because they believed it was digging into their pockets. But then you could go further back when they were on the PlayStation 3 versus 360, and they were like practically begging the Xbox guys, "Hey, you guys want to crossplay? Hey guys, you want to play with me? Want to play with me?" No.
Did you know this? Phil Spencer did go over to Sony and make them an offer for crossplay between them and Nintendo. They offered the same deal they did to Nintendo. Nintendo took that deal, and look what they're doing now. Their streaming service is going to be on the. You're going to be able to play Halo on the, which is crazy. I never thought that day would happen. You know, Nintendo and Microsoft working together as a team. They are. And Sony, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they're thinking. Why? We don't want to play with the other, but oh, hey, here's our system. You know, and the new rumor for the PS5 is going to be $550. Like, if that's the case, then nobody can afford it. They're asking way too much from the consumer. Xbox Game Pass is going to the Switch, right? Yes.
Yeah, boy. Oh, that's gonna be great because that means I can play fucking most of my Xbox library from my bed.
Yeah, through the internet. It'll all be through their streaming.
I'm gonna be in bed playing these games.
I'm gonna be playing Halo
or on the shitter. It doesn't matter.
I'll be playing my Halo on my Switch. You know, in my bed, comfortable. You know, I'm using their XCloud. XCloud's gonna be part of the.
You mean they're finally gonna start utilizing that Azure Server Cloud shit that they've been preaching about forever? Fucking bastards.
That's what XCloud is.
Yeah.
That's what the whole XCloud is gonna be, and what Scarlet's gonna be is their whole thing you just said.
Yeah.
It's how long has that been in development? 8 years.
But they were like toting about it. They were toting about it during the press conferences when they were showcasing fucking. God, the game I just bought for $29. What is it called?
$29.
That exclusive that just dropped. That you were saying it wasn't that bad. That everybody was just kind of being dicks about it.
Crackdown.
Crackdown 3. Thank you. Jesus, I fucking.
You know, people. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Nobody's ever happy when it comes to gaming, man.
No.
Nobody's ever. Like, yeah, I know Crackdown has all of its problems, but I enjoy it. That's all that matters. I enjoy it. It's down to the end consumer.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, that's all that matters.
I liked Quantum Break. I thought Quantum Break was a fantastic iteration, dude. I love that type of stuff.
Dude, Quantum Break was the shit. I played that twice over. I want to play it again because I like the story. The story was good. I was just sad Microsoft didn't want to continue the series. Really sad. They did the same thing with what's the other one?
Talking about Scalebound?
Not Scalebound. What's the one where you drink the Coke and they turn into zombies and what?
Oh.
Sunset Overdrive. I was really shocked about that. That was a really good game. No after the fact. That was disappointing, and then they went off and made Spider-Man instead, which Spider-Man's a great game. I can't wait. Sony has said maybe they'll bring it to PC. My fingers crossed, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah,
let's
so
read
many
that.
games I need to beat on my PlayStation still. That's ridiculous.
Once I die in a game, that's when... Whoa.
So we're coming up on an hour, so we're going to go ahead and go to the last article, which is this month's tech deals. Everybody loves tech deals. You get tech deals, and you get a tech deal, and you get a tech deal. We have everything from the first generation Echoes to the Echo 2, third gens, all on sale right now. You get an Echo Dot 3rd gen with 2 smart bulb lighter kit for $89. That's actually a really good deal. Smart bulbs, if you catch them in like Lowe's or a Home Depot, they're sometimes marked like $10 above MSRP because they order them for almost this amount to sell. So like they gotta make something on it.
That's a hella deal. Sharp 65-inch 4K smart television for $549.
That is actually a really good deal. I just saw that. Damn.
A 65-inch TCL Roku smart TV. That's a hell of a deal. $499.
That Vizio isn't bad. Vizio with HDR, $298.
Apple EarPods for $147. You get $12 off. That's a good deal. 9.7-inch iPad, $249. That is a hell of a deal. A Samsung portable SSD Samsung portable SSD 1 terabyte.
iPhone X 64 gigabyte unlocked for $699.
It's not bad.
This, I'm sorry, but this is not worth it. Like, I've seen these go down lower than this. iPhone SEs you could get at Cricket right now for $199. So there's that. Razer Phone 2 unlocked. That's not bad. $499.
Panasonic Lumix FZ80 4K digital camera. That's a steal.
Oh God, that is such a good deal. Actually, I can buy that. I've been wanting a new camera anyway, so I mean.
So I'll say this to anybody in streaming wise, if you're a streamer, game streamer, and you're got a PC and you game stream off your PC, anything's better than a webcam when it comes to cameras. So the Lumix, I would literally plug into like an HDMI, capture card and have that myself.
Yeah, get the Elgato capture for it. Yeah.
You know what I would like to buy,
Ooh,
but
look at this, dude. Xbox One X 1 terabyte, $335.
Not bad.
That's actually a good sale. Let me see this. Hold on. Is this a discontinued model? Digital download, PUBG included. No.
Oh.
I thought it was a discontinued model because you know how Microsoft is. They have certain models they discontinue. I figured that's what this was.
Quantum Dream.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out really bad. What?
Speaking of PC releases, Quantum Dream games are coming to Steam. Are you getting any of them?
Oh, I might. I like Quantum Dream games. I liked.
I thought that was an Epic. I thought that was an Epic exclusive thing. Is it really coming to Steam? Is it just Epic? So I thought it was an Epic.
Epic. Usually, anything with Epic, it's just temporary. It's just a temporary exclusivity. So yeah.
Those tech deals are good. I mean, I was saying this. You know what capture card I really want the most, but it's so expensive. It comes with 4 HDMI's on it, where you can plug in 4 HDMI devices all at once into it. I want a Magewell 4-port HDMI capture.
Really?
I do, and it has one out. And you know why? So I can plug in my consoles and my PC and sit comfortable and not have to, use a switcher anymore. They have all these wires, and it could just be in one-stop shop. But I'm not spending that price of $899 to say I have them.
If you guys are into the Orbi Wi-Fi, here you go. $249 marked down to $179. I've heard good things about the Orbi stuff. I've never tried it myself though.
So here's some deals on the game console side. So Kingdom Hearts 3 for $37 on the PS4. $3 more for the Xbox One version. Nintendo Build Your Own bundle for $329. That's a good deal. You get $10 off on Super Smash Brothers. Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox and on PS4 is about $35 digital at the moment. The PUBG bundle right now, I think that's an eBay thing. $335. That's not bad. Microsoft's Xbox One S 1 terabyte for $215. That's a steal. You get up to $40 off on Xbox One games at Microsoft Store. That's a steal too. And Black Ops 4 on the PS4 is $30. Same on Xbox. Let's see. Is there anything else here that's... I don't think some of these are good deals.
These refurbs. A lot of this seems to be like refurb deals is what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, Amazon Basic, Lightning to USB, A cable, $6.
Now, this is something I'd probably pick up just for shits and giggles. The Hakunui 20,000 milliamp portable power bank.
That's not bad.
That's fucking good, dude. 20,000, like Jesus. Like I feel like powering my new GPU today with it just to see if it works. Oh my gosh! Look at this Sony TV, dude. It's only $500 off, and that's still way too expensive for my taste. Like Jesus, $22.98. I could buy.
Hey, look! They got blue diamond almonds for $5 as a deal, man. Tech bargains. There you go.
So the HP Omen is on sale right now with an RTX 2070 graphics card in it for $1477. This, believe it or not, is actually a really good deal because HP's been doing a really good shit with their Omen lineup. They have had actually better success than most of the other SIs out there, so that's really, really cool. I actually like HP a lot when it comes to like the stuff that they build. They've been experimenting with lots of stuff. This is totally worth it, by the way.
This website here is a website I found earlier. If you guys, Brimstone can put it for you guys. It's just you could search for deals all day long, coupons, whatnot.
Which you just add
Jack Bargains, the one you're on. That's a one-stop shop for everything bargains.
Yeah.
Just keep refreshing the site every day. You can find really good deals on games and pretty much anything, bags, foot gear.
If you ever want to check out the Blue Yeti Nano Premium thingy, like at least they have it on sale here for $79.99. And if you're just if you're just starting off YouTube, this is a steal. Because we all start off with the Yeti, with the old school Yeti. So like, and that back then was like the best audio you could get at the time.
Also the Amazon condenser mic that they have with the USB and everything is also a good deal too.
God, I wish I had this money.
What, for that?
For the i9? Yeah.
The i9?
If I had the money for it, I'd buy it. Hell yeah.
The i9. What are you gonna do with just an i9?
Considering it's what 27800K is glued together, I could do anything that I want with it, sir.
You know what you could do is buy yourself an entry-level Threadripper and be better off.
Yeah, but I mean, the IPCs, man. I think about the IPCs.
No. What you need a Dyson vacuum, all right?
Dyson vacuum cleaner. Jesus Christ. What the hell? You're telling me this one Bose product's only $100?
Go, hold on. Go way up there real quick. Did I just see an old school graphics card? Go up there.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They got a tech deal on that shit?
Hold on. Yeah, there it is. The Newegg video card roundup. VisionTech Radeon 4350.
4350?
Bro. They're charging $50 for that shit. Are you kidding me?
DDR. Oh my.
Fuck that noise. That is hell no for me, sir. That is ridiculous. Ooh, now this is a deal. If you guys, I don't know if, I mean, some of you know that I'm very much into audio. This is a good deal. Like I've listened to Klipsch studio monitors, and dude, like this is a hell of a deal.
That Overwatch for $20 is a steal too.
Yeah.
He was scrolling up there. If you're looking to play Overwatch, it's a good deal to get into it now. Yeah, that Klipsch studio stuff is great.
Hell
I have their sound bar. Okay, that actually Dead or Alive 6 is actually a pretty good deal. I would pick it up at $30, literally.
39, yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. Some of these, what case is that? The Cooler Master
Q300P mini tower. It's a mini. It's for a mini build. Yeah.
Look at that TV. The TVs are in good deals right now, man.
I know the TV deals. It's kind of ridiculous, and a lot of them are quantum dot. So like, oof, I love quantum dot stuff.
Look at this SkyTech 2600 with a 2060 500 gig SSD. That was the one I showed you the other day. That deal up top there for $6.
Yep.
Look, you could buy that Dell monitor.
Dell monitors are actually really good. Like I've thought about it, dude. I've thought about investing into a good IPS from them. But
then you can buy some Muscle Milk guys for $12.
Fucking Muscle Milk. I want to get me an Alienware laptop.
Look, you can buy that. Yeah, you can buy that laptop that Brimstone's scrolling up there, and they. That's not bad.
Energizer batteries. No. HP Pavilion i7 8706 core. Oh, it's a Reforb, and this is the Intel Optane. Oh, okay. This isn't a bad budget build, actually. This is a pretty good budget build. If you're looking for like a cheap extra stream PC, you could just buy this complete and be done with it.
You know what's funny is they have the same PC, right? Mm-hmm. On Amazon, 1700. I think it's a 1700 Ryzen 7 with I think it's a 580 RX 580 for the same price.
That's not bad.
Hey, look, you could buy your V8 juice too.
Bro, like I have thought about this router because you've told me about it. The Asus the RTAC88U.
Now that one right there, yeah.
Yeah. But
and then what you do is you get a different modem altogether. Go buy that. You go wait for the DOS's 3.1.
DOCSIS 3.1, man, it needs to hurry the fuck up. I heard the protocol is out. Like, I guess I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
you can go get you can go get the company you despise, Netgear,
I can't.
and their gigabyte.
That is a trash company, sir. We don't speak their name here, sir.
Netgear.
Oh, hey, check this out. This is totally worth it. $89.99 for a 4 terabyte hard drive. That's pretty good.
They're the greatest company on earth. Netgear.
You guys, I'm gonna become a gun owner soon. No, I'm just kidding.
They're great. They make great products. They never die. They don't melt.
They used to make great products until they started using that stupid MediaTek processor.
Don't listen to this guy. They make great shit. MediaTek's not bad. Talking about this man and talking about Netgear. Don't talk about Netgear like they make great shit.
Yeah, I love when my modem and router overheat for like just watching YouTube videos.
Dude, you can just put some eggs on that thing and you can totally fry them and put some bacon on top of that too. You'd be going. What you talking about? It's a George McCormick grill. What are you talking about?
McCormick?
Yeah. Totally.
All right. So we're coming up on. Oh yeah, it's definitely time we should probably go and. Yeah. There's a lot of tech deals. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Oh, I just saw the. Wait, no, this is the one we saw earlier, isn't it? Is this the same? This ain't the same camera, is it? No, I think it is. All right, never mind. There's deals like every month.
Look, you could buy a Hamilton Beach dual breakfast sandwich maker, man. Get your tech on, and
that is actually pretty epic. I didn't know things like this existed. I could make breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at once.
And look, and then you could buy that whatever that blower looks like.
The blower. Oh, you're talking about this right here, the Amazon Chapin sprayers.
I mean, so much you look. Now you can make real McGrillers.
McGrills, the McGrillers. Man, yeah, this is definitely, like I said. I mean, some of these bargain things aren't too bad.
What's that thing right down? What's that thing from Dell up there? A couple more.
Which one? This one, the Vostro i5-8400.
Yeah, the 8400. That's a steal, actually. With Optane memory, that's a steal.
Yeah,
that's
just have
a good starting out PC.
That's a good. Well, I was thinking media PC just to watch shit on. You don't need to really do anything with it.
You could slap yourself a 1660 Ti or a 570 in that thing.
Yep, you'd be set.
Look at the laptop there, dude. That's a steal too.
I was just thinking about Missy there on that one. Because I know she's been having a hard time with that laptop situation. So
hopefully she gets that resolved. Hopefully she don't have to get a refund or anything like that.
Like that's still sort of annoying, isn't it? Like they totally screwed her on that, and they just didn't care. They're just like, yeah, we made our sale. We don't give a fuck.
Pretty much. Pretty much with that. That's a hell of a deal for $7.99.
Yeah.
Look, you can get Mobile One.
Bitmagic Bluetooth 5.0 transmitter receiver with Qualcomm apt. What does that do?
You can get some gaffing tape.
Ooh, gaffing tape. I gotta have my gaffing tape. I'm not happy unless I have gaffing tape.
What is this? What is that? Bluetooth 5.0 Look, you could buy 3 antennas for a good price too.
It's a tweezer set, but that works. That is the Mrs. Summoning. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over to, let's see, where is it? Oh, okay. The hell? You know what? We're just going to do this. Close all. Bada boom, bada bing. Ah. All right. So I think tonight's episode was a success. There was a lot to talk about. We had a lot of actual topics, and that was all thanks to you, sir. I do appreciate it. Right. He managed to find enough for us to talk about tomorrow even. So hey, we got stuff. we got stuff to talk about. We should have a pretty good cast tomorrow night. Remember to thumbs up and share the video if you can, please. That would be wonderful. And we are going to be out of here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music to get us out. I just want to say thank you to everybody lately for the support and whatnot. For those of you that follow me on Twitter or my other social medias, you guys know that you know, I had a family member pass away recently. My mother passed away recently, and you guys have been more than supportive, and I just want to say thank you so much for that. Me doing YouTube, doing stuff like this, gaming with my friends like TechRev here and others, it's really helped a lot to get my mind off of it. And I just want to say thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Peace.